Hai teman-teman, apa kabar? Semoga kalian sehat-sehat selalu ya. Hari ini suamiku mau masak bebek Peking. Yuk, ikutin keseruan kami hari ini yuk. Nah kayak gini teman-teman, bebeknya. Ada yang dijual cuma potongan kayak gini teman-teman. Are you going to cook now, honey?
Oh, honey, I really like the crispy duck, Peking duck. And so what I've done, I bought the Chessington. I thought, well, if they can do it, so can I. So it's a little bit bigger than what you'd usually find in the Chinese restaurants in Chinatown. Just a little bit heavier, not too much. So we're not gonna really use any of that with this. This is for duck only. So right, so I've got the duck, got it out. Let's get rid of all the bits that I don't need. Still comes with a lot of the neck. I don't need any of that. So I'm just going to cut most of that off. Just don't need it. Right. And so now what I've got to do is put all the sauce inside to this. So this is going to marinate for 2 days. So it's not like, hey, let's cook lunch. So to do that, right, what I'm going to need is I've already dealt this out. This is 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, normal granulated sugar, and I got 1 tablespoon of just normal table salt. We're going to mix those two together. Let's add a few more. Garlic salt. It's called different things in different countries, but basically it's condensed garlic, and we need 2 teaspoonfuls of that. I use these ones. I got them from Amazon, and this is perfect because I always used to get confused when I'm using a normal teaspoon. And so let's get that right in here. I'm going to have 2 of these, so just round it all a bit. 1. Try and level it off a little bit. 2 of those. I'm also going to need some 5 spice. This is always a very Chinese thing. Some people like it, some people don't.
But I like it.
I always find this one goes well with this one. So I'm going to give 2 teaspoonfuls of this. And again, with a lot of Chinese food, they use white pepper instead of black. So we're just going to go with 1 teaspoonful of the white pepper. Yeah, that should be good enough. And the onion salt. It just basically concentrates everything.
Put the dark one. Why you put the light one?
Oh, the dark one's too sticky, too sweet. We don't need it. We've already got the sugar in here. We don't need that. Just a little bit of stuff to blend it. And look, the constituency will just make it so much easier for me to coat the inside of the duck. So I just, sometimes I just can't be bothered. Sometimes it's just nice to keep your hands nice and clean. I'm going to just pour this in here, right? I'm not going to play around too much trying to spoon it in. Just try and get most of this in here. See if I can find a spoon or something to just get the rest of this out. Just going to basically take everything out of this bowl, get it right into the centre of this lovely duck here. That's it. You don't need the drag so much, but there we go. And now, turn it up and make sure the whole of the of the inside of the duck is coated in that lovely marinade. Okay, once this is all done, the next phase will be coating the actual bit that makes the whole Peking duck crispy. Oh, hang on, one major bit I nearly forgot. I'm going to stitch it up. And we do that with, I've cut this down from a long skewer that we use.
Oh, no wonder. I thought why we had short skewers. I thought it's a bit like,
Yeah.
I didn't see it before.
No, so we want to kind of like tie all this up. Probably don't need this end bit here. I'm going to cut that off. It's just going to make it easier for me to sew this up. And the way we do this is overlapping. So you kind of like pull it together, squash it through. This is just a normal skewer. You can use wood skewers as well, and flop it over, stitch it down and to the other side, and then push through again. It's not as easy as it sounds. And then you keep doing this. You lap it over and again through. Try and keep it as tight as it go. Don't make it too tight, or else it will just tear.
It's like sewing.
It is. It's like sewing up. Because what we've got to do now is keep this all airtight, and it keeps all the juices in there. I think. Do you know what? I think that could be it. Just gonna leave that through there like that. And now what we've got to do is we've got to separate the skin from the actual flesh itself. Now, in the olden days, they simply used a skewer or a bamboo, and they would push it in from here and run it through the skin, all through like this, and then push it down through. And this is what happened like 200 years, 300 years ago. But in modern times, what we use is air compressor, because it just simply takes so much less time. And so what I will use is a simple air compressor like this. This is how they do it in Hong Kong now. And they will just push this in the skin, get it under, and if I can do that, and then they will just blow up into a football type. Okay, so let's separate the skin. Oh, we don't want to make. Oh dear. And then let's turn it over, and again. So now we've separated the skin from the flesh, turned it into a bit of a balloon, and right now what we've got to do is, it sounds strange, make the skin connect back to the flesh. Okay, so the next phase is we've got to contract the skin back to its original shape, because we've just turned it into a balloon. Now it's got to go back, and to do that, what I've done is I made my own hooks. See, I was looking at them on Amazon and everything. I know they were expensive, but I just got these long skewers that you can get from Morrison's or anywhere, and they simply same ones like this, and I cut and bent them, and I've made things. So we need like a 3-hook system, so we can do that, and we kind of like hook. So we got hooks, pick up the duck, because we don't want to be actually holding the duck when you're pouring boiling water on it. And I'm going to hook this up under the wings. Under there and under there. And that way I can pick the duck up and I can pour the water over it without actually burning myself, because that's definitely what we don't want to do. So I'm just going to stand that there, get the kettle on, and let's look at that. Yeah, it's a nice bird to say. It's going to look great. Okay, just brought the kettle. What we're going to do now is bring all that skin back to... Basically, when you pour on the boiling water, it shrinks it back to the body. Just going to turn that around a bit, make sure I get everything covered. Okay, I poured the boiling water over this. Now I'm just going to let it dry off for like 5-10 minutes while I'm actually heating up the Maltese and the coating that we've got to do with the Chinese vinegar, the Maltose and some water, and that's going to give it the crispy coating that we want. Just under boiling, doesn't need to be boiling, but needs to be hot. And so 2.5 cups of water. In England, we'd probably call it a pint. In America, you just call it 2.5 pints. 2.5 cups. And then we add 70 ml of this stuff, Chinese vinegar. Do not mistake it for red wine vinegar, white vinegar, normal vinegar. This is Chinese vinegar. It's made from rice. It's a completely different product than thing. So you make sure that you get it from like a Chinatown. I'm sure you can get it on the internet. Okay, so this is the Chinese favourite. So I've used 70 mil. 70 gram, pretty much it's the same difference, so just under 100 ml there. Heating up some water, that was like I said, one pint or 2.5 cups. I'm going to let that heat up because what I don't want to do, I want to keep a little bit of the acidity in this before it evaporates. And the next most important one was, I don't know if we still got the thing. What I got confused was before, Maltose, this one, is sometimes people say, oh, this is a Maltose sweet thing. It's not. This again is made from, I think, some rice product, and so it's easy to get confused. I actually bought one from Amazon. It was the wrong stuff. But this again, I bought from Chinatown. Got to make sure that it is authentic, because it is actually it's a completely different flavour from the Maltose, which is like European Maltose. Okay, make sure you get Maltose from an authentic Chinese shop, because if you're getting it from a European alternative, they're not using the fermented rice and malt to create it, so it's got a different flavour. Won't be true Peking duck. Okay, and the thing is with this, which is frightening, it's so sticky. I used this before. I opened the lid okay, but this is my second duck, and I actually had to put this into the microwave to warm it up to be able to open the lid. That's how sticky the stuff is, honestly. And when you weigh it out, make sure you put it on some baking powder. Weigh your spoon first, and then add on the 100 grams of things, so you know how much your spoon with the stuff weighs, because you might need to add a little bit more, not add a little bit more, but you are not going to be able to remove this unless you actually put the whole lot in the boiling water, literally. I've tried this. This stuff just is so sticky. You know, if you drip it on your car tyres, you will not be able to leave your driveway. Okay, so I'm going to drop this in here now, and the heat from the water will allow my spoon to slowly remove from this, hopefully. And then as soon as that happens, it is, and I'm going to take out obviously the greaseproof paper there. Yeah, it's all starting to melt now. So, but I want to get the rest off this spoon. Look, it's still, oh yeah, it's just so sticky. I've never seen anything like it. It is like you think syrup is sticky. This is a different planet. Yeah, the greaseproof paper looks pretty much clean, so I can take that out now. I'm just going to drop that over into a different dish. Get out of the way, and yeah, that's all the maltose dissolved in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the Chinese vinegar and stuff, but basically I'm just going to pour that in there. Now that is where we're at. That is ready to go now. So here we go now. Going to coat this lovely duck in the sauce. Dip that over there. So now what I'm going to do, that lovely mixture I got down there, which we just made, I'm going to slowly pour that over the whole duck. This is the bit that makes it crispy. Try and get it everywhere. This is the maltose. If I'm spilling it on the counter, you're going to have trouble getting rid of that. You know, it's all the time taken from the top chefs, all the sous chefs doing this, that is the bit that adds the why when you go into a restaurant they go, oh, you want Peking duck, okay, that's $100, or it's going to be like 80 quid or something like that in England. But it's tough. But then if you're doing it in your own home, you know, on a Saturday or a Sunday, you can actually, it's almost like you get some real good enjoyment out of making something that's going to so tasty. Like last time I did this, my kids said to me, "Hey Dad, you know that duck that you made, because we did it with pancakes, and I think we're going to do this one with pancakes as well." They said that was so much better than the ones that we got from when we went out for a meal. So just gonna let that hang now for a few hours before we put it in the fridge. Okay, I'm warming up the oven. 180 degrees, 350 Fahrenheit. The duck now has been drying out now for a couple of days after we put the motors and everything on it. You can see it's turned a little bit pinky, and so now we still want it on a rack, and so I'm going to put it onto this rack. Okay, so it's going in for 1 hour. Half an hour from now, I'm going to just spin it around. Even though it's a fan cooled oven, it just evens up the colour. Okay, so then we've got our cucumbers. I've already peeled them. And, well, it's not cucumbers, it's one cucumber. Nice one. And so now I'm just going to cut them in half. We've got to make like the stalks. So do that, and then we'll just run our knife through there, making these nice little slices. Eat away from your fingers. With these really sharp knives, it's so easy just to accidentally let them run into your finger. You know, I'm sounding confident, but the reason I'm saying that is because I've done it several times myself. But okay, I think two packs. There's 2 packs of 10 here. It's only going to be me, CV, and Seb and me probably having some tonight here, and the rest of the pack really value for money packs. Getting them from Chinatown, going back in the freezer. Okay. Looks a little bit more done than what I hoped, but still looks good to go. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this over. And we're just going to hang it up for a bit.
For how long?
Well, just about 10-15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
To get the hook under the wings.
Ooh, look at that, the juicy.
And now we'll just let all the fat drain out of this. Keep that in there. Now we're going to save all this. This is great for cooking like potatoes and other things. Duck fat is totally amazing. So I'm just going to get this off there, and it's got a great colour all round. Okay, so just going to take out the middle section here. Just cut little slices through that. And you should cut here and here, and we would just get this section off and place that here. And now we need to do the slices. So coming from the breast back. Some small little cuts, keeping a bit of meat with a bit of skin on it each time. Oh, this duck is so succulent. Most of the Chinese restaurants around here, they just shred it rather than slice it. But
why do you shred it then?
Oh, it's just easier.
Oh, I
rather than going through this process. Ooh. That smells great. So that, and I think on the leg they'll have a couple of slices just to get that crispy skin off the leg. They'll have just 2 slices of that. Not doing a particularly good job of it. And then we will switch round and then start cutting the other breast. The actual apprentice carvers in China and Japan, there is actually a 3-year apprenticeship on just cutting this up. So,
Really?
Yeah. So you've got to forgive me if you've seen something on YouTube and go, hey, no, that guy's better. Well, he spent 3 years doing it. I spent an hour and a half.
I think you did a good job.
Well, it's a good job if the kids get down here and they eat it and they go, or just they eat it. Not expecting a response too much from our kids. This is quite actually a big duck. It's a lot of.
It's quite big, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's
How many kilo was it?
It's 1.7 kilos.
Oh, it's nearly 2 kilos. That was massive. But mind you, it's quite similar with the chicken we cook every time anyway. Is that more than 1 kilo, wasn't it?
Yeah, but with duck, a lot of it's fat, a lot of it is bone. It's kind of. And again, I'll take a couple of slices off this. That's a nice colour on the bottom there. So nice bit of crispy skin with that. And it says you can only get another one from the leg. I think a lot of places they'll actually make that where they shred it. Yeah. This is very much where you'd possibly shred the rest. But anyway, that'll be enough for us, wouldn't it? Okay then, so we've done the veggies. Okay, gonna make the
sauce.
Yeah, the host. Well, usually it's hosting sauce. Most places only use hosting sauce, right? But hosting sauce. It needs.
How many tablespoons?
Well, it doesn't really matter. It's about one. Because you're not actually going to use the lot, you're just going to use it as a sauce on your thing. So it's 1/3 or 2/3 hoisin sauce and 1/3 like a normal soy sauce. It's not the dark sweet one, and yet it's not the pale one. I think Cocomander and. But it's like the standard issue, and say it should be a little bit runny like that. When it's just hoisin sauce, it's very thick. But this just gives it lightens it up a little bit and gives it a tiny little bit of saltiness. and I like that. That goes well for me.
Yours is the neatest one.
Enak sekali teman-teman.
So, do you prefer it when it's plated like this, or do you like it when it's all shredded? Because you had both.
I prefer when it's more shredded because it's a lot easier to eat.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I have another one of these. Oh, it's starting to stick back together again. Grab to the duck. You want a bit of sauce on
Oh
there?
yes, please.
Can we put it, or you
Yes,
want to do it?
What do you think, Sab? The
Yeah.
meat?
I like how tender and succulent it all is. Like it just complements the overall taste.
Oh, that is really nice.
Yeah, tissue. Oh, can we put that on? Do I need to make some more of this?
Yeah, and can I have more pancake? You eat first, me. I'm okay.
I'm
Just
cool.
finish.
Another pack of pancakes coming up. And some more sauce.
There you go. Only the finest.
No, only the famous pancake, that pancake. Terima kasih sudah menonton teman-teman. Sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.